Well, hello YouTube, and welcome to Tradesmo. Have you ever had a graphic that you wanted to put on something and you don't have a silhouette or a cameo cutting machine? You don't have a way to sublimate, like say if you didn't go buy the big expensive printer and buy all the ink that you need to sublimate and get substrates and whatnot, and you want to still be able to place images on items such as cups, coasters. This is a white ceramic coaster, candles, what have you. You have a way to do it. Today we're going to go over water slide paper, and this is what we're going to be using. It's called Hayes Paper Company. This is a clear water slide decal paper. You need an inkjet printer in order to use this. They also have white water slide paper, which I could go into in another video, or they also have laser printer water slide paper, which I don't have a laser printer, so that's why we have the inkjet. But you can use this water slide paper in order to place an image that may be too intricate for a cutting machine, or if you don't have one, you can use this water slide paper to place your images on various projects that you have, and I'm going to show you how. Keep watching. Using water slide paper really doesn't take a lot of supplies. Of course, you're going to need your paper. You're going to need an inkjet printer. You're going to need a pair of scissors, the clear acrylic spray, so like a Rust-Oleum clear sealant or triple thick sealant. You need a bowl, water, paper towels, and pretty much that's it. So it's a very simple process. I love water slide. I use my cutting machine more than I do water slide, but if I have an intricate design with a lot of colors in there, you're just going to love it. Trust me, it's going to be a part of staple in your crafting supplies. So on the screen here, and I'm doing this in Photoshop Elements 2020. You can use any type of editing software you like to, however you do your graphic design projects. This is the one that I choose. I've been using it the longest. And basically these sheet sizes, I'm going to print out both of these because I need all these for this one order. It's 8.5 by 11, 300 DPI resolution, so they're very high quality. And of course I have a link to where I got most of these from. I bought all these from the same shop except a couple of them. I can't remember where I obtained the images from. But again, I'll share that. So what we're going to do is print this to our inkjet printer. It's not showing the other one, but we're going to print this to our inkjet printer. I'll make sure nothing's getting cut off. My printer is, where is it at? NV 4500. That's the one I'm going to use. I'm changing the settings. Now, according to Hayes paper, it recommends that you put the settings on, let me see, high quality print, glossy photo paper. Okay. So we're going for plain paper, HP photo paper or other photo paper. Here it is, HP glossy brochure or professional paper. Or I could say other glossy specialty paper. I think I'll choose that. And letter. Let me hit OK. So see, it's going to print this image. So I'm going to go ahead and print that out. Per the package, it recommends that you let it dry for 3 to 5 minutes before you put on the clear coat. Now we're getting ready to print out the second sheet. I do want to point out that on here there's a glossy side to the paper, and on the opposite side, and this is what I like this decal paper, because see how it has the watermarks of the company on there? That way, depending on your printer, mine prints, you have to put it in face down. So this is definitely letting me know what side is going to go for what. I wanted to print on, of course, the glossy side. So I'm going to put it in my printer like this. Getting ready to print the second sheet. As you see, I have it face down, and it's very important to note you print it one sheet at a time. Again, the package direction recommends that you let it dry 3 to 5 minutes before you go to the next step, which would be applying the sealant, so that way your image will not smear, and it won't smear when you put it in the water in order to place it on your item. I take the edges down because sometimes when you spray paint the edges tend to lift up on the corners, so I just get some electrical tape and tape down the side. So per the package directions, you're supposed to slightly spray these off 3 separate times and let it dry a minute in between each coat, and then the last coat you let it dry 5 minutes. Now I use this triple thick, and I find that I really only need to spray it twice when I use triple thick. You make your own determination. If you use Rust-Oleum clear coat, I'll do 3 coats. But when I use triple thick, I'm trying to go ahead and do it and let it dry completely after 2. So let's see. Don't want to oversaturate it. That should be good for the first coat. I got to hit all the designs. See that shine on there? You just want to make sure you just hit all of them. And we're going to let that dry. So while we're waiting on it to dry, I just want to point out what I meant by saying if you have a cutting machine and the designs are too intricate for the cutting machine. See what I'm saying? Like this drawing here has all these little lines. Your cutting machine, sure, it can get that. But do you really want to try to weed through that and not lose any pieces? Or for this matter, her eyes. Let me get it to focus. Or even the dreadlock diva. Look at all that your cutting machine's going to do. And little baby hairs and everything. Yes, the cutting machine can handle that because I've made images with vinyl and also her. But you get the gist of what I'm saying. This water slide is perfect for designs like this. Or even this is a simple design. If you have something with a whole lot of different colors, it's too much to layer vinyl, messing with all those colors. Water slide will capture everything like a photograph, or even in that aspect, this is an excellent reason to use water slide, is using it for photographs. Take a photo, put it on a mug, what have you, without the use of sublimation. Perfect. And after you get done with the third layer, you're supposed to wait 5 minutes before you do this. I'm going to let it sit overnight. I want to make sure that the paper is good and dry. Because after 5 minutes, I don't really believe that it's dry enough. So I let it sit. So I'll be back with you guys in the morning. Now it's time to actually put the decal on the cup. So here's our nice size bowl. And here's a good pair of scissors. There's our completely dry decal. It's dry to the touch. We're going to remove that tape off of there because we definitely don't want to use that. And what you want to make sure that you do when you're cutting out these decals, you want to leave like a border line around it. You don't want to cut directly into the ink. And that's because of the fact when you're putting the decal in the water, it tends to bend and you may lose some of your design. So again, when you're cutting it out, leave a teeny bit of the surrounding area in there, and you'll see what I'm doing in a few seconds. I'm just cutting out this big section, but then I'm going to get as close as I want to get to the ink. But as you see, I'm leaving a line. I'm leaving a white space around it. Kind of like if you print out stickers and you have that white border around it. Usually, generally, when you do decals, these water slide decals, it's usually on something that is white. And we could do another video where I could show you what the difference is using white water slide and clear water slide. When you use clear water slide, though, you're most likely going to be using a white background surface. Using the color would make it transparent. And I need to show you before I be able to explain that better. So anyway, you're using room temperature water. I tend to have mine on the hotter side because I feel like it releases the ink better. But per the package direction, it tells you to use room temperature. We're going to be putting the decals on these white ceramic cups, and we're also going to be using these white ceramic crafting coasters. They're 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and it's a bigger surface area. And you're also going to use, that's a tool, that squeegee tool, very important. A roll of paper towels as well. And something to put your item on so you don't get your counter completely wet. So I just use a rag. And I'll have a link to the supplies in the comments, as I usually do. So I'm looking, this decal I'm going to put on the coaster, and I'm going to be putting writing on the side. That's why it's kind of flush to the left. Otherwise, I would have put it right in the center. Submerge your decal in your water. And as you see, once you put it in the water, the sides curl up. So you want to stick your finger in there and try to lay it as flat as you can so it's not completely curled. Keep it submerged in the water for approximately a minute and add a little water to whatever you're putting the decal on. That's a good tip because it helps you move it around better. The decal is ready after the 60 seconds when you can see it moving around on the paper. When it's easy to move. Then you're going to turn it over, look at it, see how I have some of the decal hanging off the white. You're going to put that on there first and press it while carefully, I can't emphasize that enough because this paper is thin, you can rip it. Carefully slide the decal paper away from the image, just like that. That's going to take practice. I've been doing water slide for a minute, so I make it look easy, but it's not. I've ripped many decals before, trust me. So I'm just placing it on there. I'm going to take that squeezy tool and gently take the water from under the decal like that. I should put it in the camera better, but okay, there it is. Gently squeegee the water from up under the decal. I'm getting all the water from underneath it out so you don't have water bubbles. You don't want it to dry like that while being very gentle, because it will rip. And I'm just using a side paper towel to dab the water that I'm getting off with the little squeegee tool. Little mini squeegee. It's really a makeup tool, but you can use it for that. And after you get the water out, you can't move the design anymore. So then you just get a little paper towel and you're just blotting it if there's anything on the surface. That's just helping seal it better. See, that's nice and clean. No water bubbles. That's what that squeezy tool is a must-have. It makes it 100% easier.